Hi and welcome to the channel. I'm Matt and I'm going to be your trainer for today. On today's video we're going to be working on Broadway Roundabout, which is used by Norris Green Driving Test Centre. And these videos are going to be helpful if you plan on taking your driving test at this test centre or you're learning to drive in this area. So the examiner will say to you here, at the first roundabout we're going ahead, and then at the second roundabout we're going to take the first exit to our left. So we're going to be approaching in the left hand lane, and you'll be able to see the roundabout just to your right about the 1 o'clock position. And you'll also notice a change in the colour of the tarmac as you approach. Once we're on the roundabout, just before the zebra crossing, we can now give our left signal. Making sure the zebra crossing is clear, we can then proceed across the crossing, check the second roundabout, and then take the first exit to your left. This time, the examiner is going to say at the first roundabout we're following the road ahead, and as we approach the second roundabout, we're going to go ahead again and take the second exit. So we're going to approach in the left lane again. Again, we're going to look towards 1 o'clock to see where the first roundabout is. Once it's clear, we then enter the roundabout. And then the next stage is to check that zebra crossing, make sure that's clear. We can also look to see if there's any traffic coming around the second roundabout. As we get past this first exit, we can then check our mirrors and signal left. This time we're doing the same again. We're going ahead at both roundabouts, but this time we're going to do it in the right hand lane. So we're in the right hand lane, no signal. We're going ahead at the first roundabout, making sure the zebra crossing's clear, making sure the second roundabout's clear, entering the roundabout, and then checking our mirrors and signal left now. And it's important that we stay in the right hand lane. And remember, they are two single roundabouts, so in this clip we're going to be going right at the roundabout, second exit. So that means we're going to be approaching in the right hand lane. We're going to be signalling right, making sure we know where the roundabout is, which is just to 1 o'clock there. And once it's clear, we enter the roundabout. As we come around the roundabout, passing exit 1, checking our mirrors, signalling left. Here we've exited it in the right hand lane because of the car just entering then. As we approach this roundabout, the examiner will say to you at the first roundabout we're going to take the second exit, and then on the second roundabout we're going to take the first exit to your left. So we're going to be using the left lane, no signal on approach, making sure that roundabout's clear, keeping to our left. As we pass this first exit, we can then check our mirrors, signal left, making sure the zebra crossing's clear, making sure the second roundabout's clear, and then coming off into the first exit. Next, the examiner will say at the first roundabout we're turning right, and then the second roundabout we're going to follow the road ahead and take the second exit. So that means we're going to need the right hand lane. So when it's safe, we're going to change the right hand lane and cancel the signal again once in that right lane. Then we've got a pedestrian crossing to deal with. And then just after this little opening here, we're going to then signal right. Now if you're in the manual, you can do this in first gear, but you can see I do change the second gear. And then as you come around here, you can cancel it, or it'll let it cancel itself as you straighten up here. Making sure the zebra crossing's clear, making sure the second roundabout's clear. Once it's clear, we're still in the right hand lane. As we pass the first exit, we then check our mirrors and blind spot, signal left, and exit in the right hand lane. And obviously it is two single roundabouts, so the examiner could say at the roundabout we're going left and taking the first exit. So we can signal left now, make sure the roundabout's clear, keeping to your left, and as you come round the corner, being aware of the pedestrian crossing and the bus stop. So as we've just passed the Asda, the examiner's going to say to you at the first roundabout we're going ahead, and then at the second roundabout we're going to take the first exit to your left. So again, we're slowing down, we're approaching the left-hand lane here, making sure it's clear. Once we're on the roundabout we can then signal left, checking the zebra crossing's clear, also checking the second roundabout is clear to enter, keeping to your left and exiting in the left lane. So now we're heading back to the test centre. The examiner may say at the first roundabout we're going ahead, and at the second roundabout we're following ahead and taking the second exit. So we're going to approach in the left lane, making sure it's clear. Once it's clear we enter the roundabout, no signal, making sure the zebra crossing's clear. We're going to stay in the left lane, making sure the second roundabout's clear, stay in the left lane, keep to the outside edge of the roundabout, and then signalling left just as you pass the first exit. But we do need to watch out for this bus here, so what would we need to do here now? And now we're going to do the same again. We're going to go ahead at both roundabouts, but this time we're going to see it in the right hand lane. And after the last clip, this may be a better option, so it avoids that bus stop. So we're going to stay in the right hand lane, no signal on approach. I'm going to look to your right, slowing down. If it's clear, we can enter the roundabout. Looking for the zebra crossing now, you can see someone's just on it there, so we're going to slow down. And check the second roundabout as well. Once that's clear, we enter. We're still in the right lane. As we pass the first exit, we're checking our mirrors and blind spots, signal left, staying in the right hand lane. And now we're ready for the pedestrian crossing and the bus stop. And we've still just gone past the Asda. This time the examiner may say at the roundabout we're turning right and taking the second exit, because it is two single roundabouts after all. So we're going to be approaching the right hand lane. We're going to obviously signal right, making sure the roundabout's clear. Once it is, we keep to the right. As we pass the first exit, checking mirrors, signal left, and we can exit in the left lane here if it's clear. So now we're approaching from Townsend Avenue, and the examiner may say at the roundabout we're going second exit, and then on the second roundabout we're going to go left and take the first exit, or something along those lines. So in the left lane, no signal on approach, keeping to the left. As we pass this first exit, we can check our mirrors and signal left, and then make sure the zebra crossing's clear, having a little look to see if the roundabout's clear, keeping left and exiting in the left lane. And now the examiner may say to you at the roundabout we're turning right, and then at the second roundabout we're going ahead and taking the second exit, or something along that line. So that means you're going to need the right hand lane on approach, hold off on your signal just until we pass this opening, then we can check mirrors and signal right, slowing your approach speed down, but we can see what's happening with the roundabout. If it's clear we can enter, keeping to your right. As you come around here now, your signal will either cancel or cancel it yourself. No signal needed at this point. Checking the zebra crossing's clear, checking the roundabout's clear, keeping to your right lane as we check past this first exit, signal down for left, and stay in the right hand lane as you exit. So now we're moving on to our oh no moment. Maybe the examiner has said to you at the first roundabout we're going ahead, and then at the second roundabout we're going to take the first exit. But for whatever reason, Maybe the bus is at the bus stop, it's not safe to move back to the left lane, you're in the right lane. So don't panic, just stay in the right hand lane, no signal on approach, making sure the first roundabout is safe to enter. Once it's safe to enter, make sure the zebra crossing is clear. And then as you approach the second roundabout, simply signal right. And we're going to go all the way around the roundabout because we want that first exit just to our left. So we're going to go around the first one, past the second exit, past what would be the third exit now, and then we're checking mirrors and we're going to signal down for left. And that fixes that problem. Now coming from Townsend Avenue, the examiner may have said on the first roundabout, we're going round the first roundabout, and then on the second roundabout, we're going to take the first exit. And again, for whatever reason, you find yourself in the right-hand lane. So rather than panic and try and change now where there's a pedestrian crossing, that's not good because the zigzag lines, and maybe there's traffic and it's too busy. So we're going to stay in the right-hand lane. We're simply going to signal right. Once it's clear, we can enter the roundabout. And then we'll go across the zebra crossing. So the signal will cancel here. And then we simply signal right again. So that's going to be exit 1 there. I'm going to continue round past exit 2. All the way round past exit 3. And then we're going to check mirrors and signal and exit left now. That fixes that problem. On this one, the examiner's told you to turn right at the first roundabout and then ahead second exit on the second roundabout. Maybe there's too much traffic and you can't get into the right hand lane. So this is what you do if you can't get into the correct lane. So quite simply, don't signal on approach to the roundabout because you want to turn right, but you can't signal right in the left lane. So no signal, as you can see there. And then as you enter the first roundabout, keeping to the left, approaching the zebra crossing, make sure that's clear. Approaching the second roundabout, we can now go ahead, second exit, and we just stay in the left hand lane. Check mirrors, signal left, and exit in the left lane instead. So on these videos, we've got our oh no moment on our way back to the test centre. So the examiner said at the first roundabout we're going ahead, on the second roundabout we're going left first exit, but for whatever reason we can't get into the left lane. So we're going to stay in the right lane, no signal on approach, checking the roundabout's clear, making sure the zebra crossing's clear, which as you can see it's not, so we're going to slow down and stop for those pedestrians. Now remember, if there's people on the zebra crossing, we can't go until they have their feet on the pavement. So once that becomes clear, we then signal right to go all the way around because we want that first exit to our left. We're going past exit 2. You could come off there if you wanted to. All the way around, past exit 3, and then checking mirrors, signal left, and exiting the roundabout in the left lane if it's safe. Now we're approaching as if the examiner has told you to follow the road ahead and take the first exit on the second roundabout, but you can't get in for whatever reason, so we're going to stay in the right hand lane, signal right, once it's clear we can enter the roundabout. And remember, as you come around here, it'll either signal as you straighten up or you can cancel the signal yourself. Making sure the zebra crossing's clear. We want to take the first exit, like I just showed you there with my finger. We're going to signal right, so that was exit 1. We wanted that, but we can't go from this lane. All the way around, past the second exit, past what would be the third exit, that's the zebra crossing. Checking mirrors, signal left, and exiting the roundabout. In this clip, the examiner has asked you to turn right at the first roundabout and then ahead second exit on the second roundabout. And for whatever reason, we can't get into the right hand lane. Maybe there's lots of traffic trying to not let you in. So we're going to stay in the left lane. But remember, because we're going to be in the left lane, we can't signal right. That's what you would be marked down for potentially failing the test. So we're approaching the left lane, no signal. So no, we'll see that. And making sure the roundabout's clear. We've got a lane in front of us, so we're just going to hang back a little bit. Once it's safe, we enter the roundabout in the left lane, no signal. And then making sure the roundabout is clear to exit and the zebra crossing's clear. Making sure the second roundabout's clear, stay in the left lane. As we pass this exit, we then check mirrors and signal left.